Welcome to the Studebaker National Museum. The United States has always been a country on the move. From prairie schooners and wagons to carriages and cars, transportation is a central part of the American story. The Studebaker story started here in South Bend, Indiana in 1852 when brothers Henry and Clem Studebaker set up a blacksmith shop. From these simple beginnings, Studebaker soon became a household name, first in South Bend and then worldwide.
By 1890, the Studebaker Brothers Manufacturing Company was the world's largest maker of horse-drawn equipment, with a sales network spanning 6 continents. At the turn of the century, Studebaker entered the fledgling automobile market and became the only American company to successfully transition from horse-drawn to self-propelled vehicles. By 1911, Studebaker was the number 2 automobile manufacturer in the U.S. Fast forward several decades, and Studebaker became a leader in automotive style. Industrial design legends like Raymond Dietrich, Raymond Loewy, Virgil Exner, Robert Burke, and Brooks Stevens made Studebaker automobiles stand out with their bold and groundbreaking styling.
A styling difference suggesting a restless spirit poised for flight. As sleek in appearance and performance as the jet aircraft from which her beautiful lines evolved.
And Studebakers, I think, were known for their design. The designs were where they were a little farther ahead. They weren't afraid to do it their own way. The 53 Studebaker is probably one of the top 3 to 5 best-looking designed commercial cars ever built. And we all just fell in love with the car. I remember my dad bragging about the fact that we'd be in California, camped along the road with our camper with my family, and somebody would come up and say, "Is that a European car?" My dad would happily say, "It's a Studebaker built in South Bend, Indiana."
My first recollection of anything Studebaker related would have been my father purchasing a 1963 Lark 4-door. I was about 4.5, maybe 5 years old. One of the first things I remember him telling me was they were built here in South Bend, in my hometown. And shortly thereafter, we drove around South Bend. We visited the factories and kind of what used to be the Studebaker corridor. And that history became a big part of me from that moment on. I learned that my family had worked there at one time, a lot of direct connections to the manufacturing that happened in South Bend.
To this day, Studebaker had a reputation as a family type of a business. It was a good place to work. My dad loved working there. He ended up working there 35 years. His favorite thing was to buy a Studebaker, a new one, and in the 50s we would drive it all over the country.
In many ways, Studebaker's story is the story of America. It is a story of triumph and tragedy, of the men and women of Studebaker who proudly built vehicles that helped grow, move, and defend a nation. And today, the Studebaker National Museum is here to share this remarkable legacy through landmark exhibits and engaging programs centered on the people and products that made Studebaker special.
The museum has 3 floors to explore, with over 80 vehicles and hundreds of unique objects on display. Your journey starts here on the main floor, in Studebaker's early days. You will see a wide variety of horse-drawn vehicles, as well as the First Source Bank Presidential Carriage Collection. Many of these vehicles and others throughout the museum were part of the company's historical collection donated to the city of South Bend in 1966. It is these items that form the museum's original or core collection. The story continues into the automotive era with some of Studebaker's earliest electric and gasoline-powered automobiles. Discover record-breaking cars from the 1920s like the innovative Big 6 duplex Phaeton, and stunning classics from the 1930s like the jaw-dropping President St. Regis Brougham. Travel upstairs via the elevator or stairs to explore the S. Ray Miller Special Exhibit Gallery and experience Studebaker's post-war boom years with iconic vehicles like the 1950 Commander Starlight Coupe and 1953 Starliner hardtop, along with other famous Studebaker models like the Lark, Hawk, and Avanti. Don't forget to visit the lower level, which can be accessed via the elevator or stairs in the northeast corner of the main level. The lower level features the museum's outstanding collection of military vehicles, defense products, and other items from South Bend's industrial past. The lower level is also home to the museum's visible vehicle storage area.
We invite you to explore this rich history and legacy of American craftsmanship, design, and innovation with us today at the Studebaker National Museum. Please enjoy your visit and remember to follow us on social media for the latest on upcoming programs, exhibits, and more. Thank you.